So you want to start a food log in order to help you lose weight. I got 3 awesome tips for you. We're going to talk about that coming up. What is up, For Faith Nation? Thank you so much for tuning into the video again. And if you're new around here and you found us through search, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that little bell icon to get all our latest videos, because I talk about weight loss and fat loss, and that is it. My only goal is to help you reach yours. So food logging, what are some tips? How does a person food log? If you are brand new to food logging, this video is for you. Maybe you haven't even started yet and you're just contemplating it. And so let's jump right into the tips. Tip number 1 is going to be use an app. In particular, the app that I like is MyFitnessPal. That is pretty much what everyone uses. It's kind of the giant of the food logging world. And so MyFitnessPal is a great option. If you don't have it on your phone, consider downloading it now. The reason that I'm just saying use an app, which might seem obvious, is that it does a lot of things for you. You don't have to write down the calories, protein, fat. It just does that for you. You just measure it out, know how much you ate of what, and it does the rest for you. You have your macros, it gives you cool tables and stuff. So make sure to get an app, and if not that, I know Fitbit uses one, although I don't know if their database is quite as large. MyFitnessPal is pretty much where it's at. So, if you have any other things that you use instead of MyFitnessPal or any other tools and tricks, leave them in the comments section below. I would love to find out what you guys are using, and it could go a long way in helping other people. Tip number 2, and this one is so helpful if you have never done it before, and that is to get a food scale. If you are not already using a food scale, you are missing out on making your life incredibly easy. Peanut butter is always my go-to example. If you're measuring out 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, you got to scoop the tablespoon measurement, and then, it's kind of overflowing a little bit, but there's a big pocket over here that is not filled with peanut butter. Is this too? Who knows? It's kind of a confusing situation, and then you got a dirty thing as well, a dirty tablespoon measurement. So, there's just a lot of problems with that. That's just a small example. But if you use a food scale, you place the peanut butter on the food scale, you zero it out, you scoop out peanut butter until it says minus 32 grams, and that is, you got that number from the food label. But you scoop it out until you have your desired measurement and you have your peanut butter. And you can do that with anything. Cottage cheese, literally chips. Have you ever seen the chip bags? I'm sure you have experienced this, that say about 14 chips or something like that. And it's like, well, this chip's kind of small. Is this what is it? You'll notice that right to the right of a serving size on pretty much anything, whether it's tablespoons, cups, almost anything, that you're gonna see grams. And you can do this with fruit as well. It might not have a food label, but in MyFitnessPal it has a food label. And you can do that with grams on fruit or veggies or whatever. And so all you do is you put stuff on there until it says the grams, and it's supremely accurate, I guess is what I should say. And it makes your life so easy. It makes it so fast. If you have any more questions about how to specifically use that, I don't want to make this video too long. I would love to answer them in the comment section. Tip number 3, and this one is probably most important, and that is keep it simple, especially at first. A lot of people, when they go to food log, will be making these recipes. Like chili is always my go-to example for that. There's just so many ingredients, and it's already frustrating enough as it is trying to food log, and now you're doing something complicated like chili. Scratch the recipes just for a while. Just stick to simple foods. And so I'm going to give you a very basic list of simple foods that you could easily do for food logging for an entire week, just to get in the habit and to see how effective it is. So let's go ahead and hop into that list of foods. All right, just so I don't stumble my words here, I'm going to be reading off of my phone. So first, just pick out a basic protein. You got fish, chicken, pork chops, ground turkey, something like that. Basic protein, all easily food loggable. And then you got a carb. So you want rice, whole wheat wraps, whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread, something along those lines, English muffins, something like that. And then I guess to protein I should add eggs, although that could be more of a fat. So then you want a fat. And then the fats that you're looking after, or that you're looking to get, are avocados, olive oil, or nut butters, any type of nut butter. All that's going to be pretty healthy fat. And then any fruit or veggie of any kind. And so right there you have a complete meal, and there's single ingredient foods that are very easily food loggable, and it just makes your life a whole lot easier to do that, to build that habit. If you try to add all these things onto your plate, pun not intended, if you try to overload your plate, that's why people quit. They try to food log, exercise, eat healthier, give up cake, everything all at once. And if you're doing that, that's going to be awfully hard to keep up. So consider starting slow, and I'm telling you, simple food logging is awesome, and it tends to be healthier. The fewer ingredients you have, tends to be a healthier thing. I mean, all those bad things, which watch my other videos for, you know, they're not so bad or whatever. I'll try to link something up here in a card about that, you know, other foods not being so bad, allowing yourself to live a little bit. But single ingredient foods tend to be healthier. I mean, if you have tilapia, a sweet potato, whole grain rice, and broccoli, all of those are single ingredient foods that are super easy to food log and just so happen to all be healthy. Whereas if you make homemade cheesecake, I mean, you got to add all those ingredients in the recipes, which MyFitnessPal, by the way, is really good for that as well. That's a different video because, again, I don't want to keep this too long, but super useful for recipes and making your own recipes. Well, that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And again, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Help support the channel and spread awareness so I can help more people. I just love that I'm able to connect with people, to help people. And so I would love to hear you in the comments section. Just give me a thanks or whatever that is, whatever you have on your mind, a question. I could do a video response for it. I would just love to connect with you guys. So again, I appreciate it so much. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless.